Good morning, everyone. How are you? My name is Teniecka Drake, and I am a broadcaster here on the Sister Tribe handle. And I'm here today to talk about domestic violence. And today we're going to be talking about the different signs that you can recognize to know if you are in a toxic relationship. So first and foremost, I would like to give honor to the Lord for giving me another day to see that was not given onto a promise, and also to Dr. Princess Fumi Hancock, of which I would not be here today talking to any of you. So hello to all my replay viewers. Thank you so much for coming in and stopping by. So before I start talking about my content today, good morning, how are you? Before I start talking about my content, I just wanted to let you guys know that in the World Changer Sister Tribe, there are a lot of different activities going on, and those activities are helping the Odessa Adamori project, which is going to be helping the children. Hello, all my World Changer Sister Tribe family, as they're coming in. So they have a whole bunch of different activities going on, once again, to help build an enrichment center for the children in Africa and Nigeria. So if you would please go over to the World Changer Sister Tribe Facebook group and go over there, pop your head in and see, thank you so much, and see what's over there. They're having a silent auction right now with pens. Let me not speak on that, but they have so much great stuff. So if you go over there and you don't know what to do, you don't know what class or anything, like you just have questions, anybody in that group will be more than happy to direct you to any of the different things going on. Okay, so we are just gonna go hit that running, and thank you to all my fam that is here. Then my World Changer family girls, ladies, friends, they are here in support. So it is a beautiful, phenomenal community and group. So I encourage you, if you don't have a place that you are worshiping or you need to know more about the Lord, please do go into the World Changer Sister Tribe. They are doing a phenomenal work. I am very proud and honored to be one of the members there. So as I said, let me get into my content. Hello, Kasika. All my girls are here. So we are going to start. And hi, Dr. K and Dr. Princess Fumi. So as you guys are coming in, we're going to look at some different signs. So I wrote them down. I know it's backwards, okay? But I wrote them down because somehow, I don't know, Satan's just be working. So my whole book with everything that I had written down, all the notes, magically disappeared this morning, right? Go figure. But I still know what I had in mind to say, so devil, you can't stop me. So we're going to be looking at some attributes and some characteristics that you can recognize, because there are a couple signs, and I'm going to point those out. I know, right? I'm going to point those out, and they're very tricky to recognize if you're in a toxic relationship, because they're not so apparent. And first thing I'm going to do first, thank you. The first thing I'm going to do is describe. I'm going to go give you a definition. What is domestic violence? Everybody's like, oh, it's because you get beat up and calls you a couple of the names, and it's more than that. So I'm going to give you the definition, okay? Domestic violence is emotional, physical, psychological abuse, sexual or financial abuse, and a need for one partner to control the other. There's also criminal things, but I don't know about that part, so we won't speak about that, but that's also in there too. So when you think about that, you're like, well, domestic violence is all of that? And more. So when you think, oh, this person has been just domestic violence against, that's nothing big, you know, she can just move on. Absolutely not. And there's a myth out there for some of our women that would like to act like men. The mentality that we have been given is brush it off, move on, because you can get over it. But that's not true. The signs are so apparent for you to pay attention to, because they're so subtle. And as I said before in the blessing train, if some of you didn't catch, I'm going to go and reiterate that again. These signs are not very easy to notice, and it's the subtleties that the person does to align with you, to get you off course, to get you off balance, to get you to trust and be vulnerable. Then that's the way they mold and shape you. It is exactly, Andrea, it's more than physical. I know I had to be in it. And I'm going to say again, for the women that would be like, girl, you should go. I was one of those. I'm going to tell you right now. I was one of those women saying, oh, I would see my friend come in and she was in an abusive relationship. I said, girl, just pack your stuff and go. Please just pack yourself and go. All you got to do, get your little luggage, get your little clothes, pack it up and leave. What you sitting there for? Why are you letting him throw a table at you? Why are you letting him punch you? I don't understand. Why are you still there? But hence, when it showed up at my door, okay, when it showed up at my door, it was a totally different beast. And it did not come in the shape that everybody thinks a traditional textbook aggressor comes. They do not come in the same shape and size. And you know why? Because we're all individuals. So if I'm cooking a certain meal, it's not going to come out like how you make your meal, right? So if there's a different aggressor being abusive to this one woman, he's not going to do the same thing as another one. Exactly, a beast. So you don't understand. So I'm going to use myself for an example because I know about me. And when I was dating my current spouse now, he did not come with all these different, oh, I'm out to get you and I'm going to manipulate you. Absolutely not. He's done this before. Plus, he's 10 years older than me. So he knew ways around a woman's heart. He was very charming, very charming. He's very sweet, very genuine. Never, when I was dating him, never, ever hit me. Never once. So when everybody say, oh, he slapped you when you first got date, you shouldn't know. Never. Charming, sweet, loving, caring. Went to church because I was a church girl. Went to church, got baptized, saved. Come on now. Come on. You don't see those signs because you're like, Lord, he's doing what's right. He's going to church. He's listening to the word. And I'm like, ooh, God, this is great. I got myself a good one, Lord. Had I but known, that show or that movie, Sleeping with the Enemy, that was me. I was sleeping with the enemy, not knowing what was behind his charming, sweet, kind, loving, considerate self. I did not know. But after we said I do, it took literally a couple of months and bam, it was on. So I'm going to now introduce some of the signs that had I but known, because nobody tells you what signs to look for. They're out there on the internet, but until someone tells you exactly, it was like a bait and switch. So until someone tells you, you know not what to look for. So we're going to deal with the first one that I loved. I thought it was so amazing. Jealousy. That's the first sign, okay? Jealousy. Is he jealous of you? Is he jealous when you put on something beautiful, you get yourself all dolled up, you look so nice, and you walk down the street, and of course the other gender takes notice. Woo, she's looking nice. But your significant takes notice of the other one taking notice, like, oh no, don't be, I love you too much. You can't be wearing that stuff, looking like that. I'm so jealous of you. Don't be going out there wearing those nice looking clothes. What you trying to do, attract somebody else? And you'd be like, oh my gosh, he loves me so much. He's so jealous. I love it. Unbeknownst to you, that is a sign. And it's the most unmistakably crazy sign that people do not understand, that jealousy is not love. It's another way to control, but it's covered in love. So, girl, I love you so much. Don't you know if someone's looking at you, I'll go beat him up. What are we doing here? Why are we doing that? There's no need to go beat anybody up. You should be happy that I look this good. People want what you have. Don't get jealous, go beating people up. What? Crazy. Absolutely not. So that's the first sign, okay? Then we have the second sign, control. And control's another tricky one because you don't know how that person's thinking about controlling you. You're not looking for them to control you. When you marry them and you say, I do, or you go date someone, you're not thinking, oh my goodness, Thank you, Dr. K. You're not thinking, oh my goodness, he's going to control me when I date him. Absolutely not. Control. And you want to know how he does it. And I'll tell you from experience, they monitor your phone calls. But on me, there was a problem. There was a problem in our relationship, okay? I went to a church and I did not know he had my email account. So what I was doing, I was typing to the church. I was typing and it was Salvation Army to be matter of fact. And I was typing to the church saying, I need some help, blah, 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 blah. And then he started writing that person, okay? He started writing one of the people in the church. And so they called me and said, Teniecka, do you know that whatever you've typed to us, it's mirroring back to him. And now he's thinking that the person who's trying to help you is trying to get at you and trying to be with you. I was like, what? How do you get in my email? I didn't give him the password, but my phones were connected, all different kinds of stuff. Sorry, Andrea, come on back in if it's still freezing. So control is very subtle. You don't know what's happening until someone lets you know. This is not good. He's in your email. And people might think, email's not all that important. You don't really got nothing in there but spam. But when you need to use your email for something important, it's very important to have your privacy. And it's very important that that person not know what you're doing, especially if you're making plans to leave and they have to talk to you through email. You don't want that aggressive person knowing you're trying to leave. They will pump all the brakes on you. So let me pause for a second, do a little reset. My name is Teniecka Drake. I am a broadcaster here on the Sister-TV Tribe, Sister-TribeTV handle, and I am so glad that you are here. And we are today talking about the different signs that you could be aware of if you're in a toxic relationship. So back to the other sides. There's also anger. Anger is a sign. Now, what kind of anger, you ask? Blow up anger, instantaneous anger. Anger where you cannot even speak the wrong word without confrontation and then leading into anger and then anger leading into physical cuff-to-cuff blows, okay? And that's what I had to walk on eggshells. Will I say the wrong thing? Will I be wrong? How do I speak? So you monitor yourself so that you don't upset that person. Isn't that crazy? So you can't say what you want to say, so you have to monitor what you're saying. You have to really guard your mouth. It's one thing when the Lord says, to guide my mouth and things, but to watch your whole sentence, your whole paragraph, just think in your mind, okay, if I say this wrong, is he going to get upset? Is he going to flip out? It wouldn't even matter what you said. So I remember I said something, I was like, it shouldn't really matter what I do. You should just know. What you talking about? You trying to check me? You trying to check me right now? What are you trying to do? I'm like, whoa, I just said it's not necessary. What? You think you're smarter than me because you got a bachelor's degree? You think you something because you went to school? What you trying to call me, stupid? I was like, oh my gosh, from 0 to 1,000 in 1 second. I was like, that is totally not what I said. Rechanging my words, rechanging everything because he was so explosive. Not 0 to 100, 0 to 1,000, y'all. 0 to 1,000. You ever seen somebody go 0 to 1,000 like that and then come up to you and ready to go? That's a sign. Anger is a sign. That's a very strong sign, okay? So if you have to walk on eggshells and you can't speak your mind with another adult and feel safe about you disclosing your opinion, run. Definitely run. Don't stay around for that. Then there's blame. The person will blame you because they're guilty of something that they've done, but they suspect you, so they're going to be suspicious. So they're going to blame you. Girl, I bet you cheating on me. Meanwhile, over in another state, you have Timbuktu and making babies and trying to do all this stuff, but I'm the one locked down with 4 kids from hip to toe to everything, and I got time to go and do something. Are you crazy? But that's what they'll do. Blame. And it comes in all shapes and sizes. It's different. Like I said, for every person, it's different. So if they blame you for something else, you drink all the orange juice. Lord, you drink all the orange juice, and I can't get no orange juice, and everywhere we go, if they just going off, understand that's a sign. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. Please get out of that. Isolation. This is a good story, okay? Not from the spouse I'm with now, but I had a boyfriend, okay? And I was with him for a long time. And he wanted to marry me. And the Lord was all over this one. And he said, you know what, let's go look at a house. And at the time I was living in Colorado Springs in Colorado. They have a place called Pueblo West and Pueblo, a very far area. But Pueblo West is a very isolated area, a lot of rural space, just open, okay? Just open. So he took me to a house. He showed me a house. It was a beautiful house, a nice yellow house, you know, lots of land, dirt road, beautiful house. But as far as I could see, there was no neighbors. It was the only house. I was like, okay, where's the neighbor? He's like, it's down there, down there. I said, what? I saw a little speck. I was like, 20 miles down the way, that is the neighbor? Are you crazy? How are they going to get to me if there's, you know, if I'm in an emergency, where's the ambulance going to be there? By the time the ambulance gets there, I'm probably passed out, dead, and gone to see Jesus. Okay? That's how far the neighbor was. Really? I'm not living out here. And if that wasn't a sign from the Lord saying, absolutely not, I don't know what is. But I left that one, okay? That will boop, boop, boop. Get out of here with that. I try to be stuck in somewhere. That's a classic, what is that station? Lifetime. Exactly. Lifetime movie station. That is a classic Lifetime. I'm not living out there. I'm not that dumb. So, and then we have criticism. Criticism. The person will criticize you over things that never seemed to make a difference before. So you married that person and you were a certain weight, okay? So you came in and maybe you was a big girl, all right? Like myself, you was thick. You was a thick girl. So before it was okay, you was fine as wine, you looking real good. All of a sudden, when are you going to stop eating so much? When are you going to go to the gym? When are you going to do this? And when you do go to the gym, why are you trying to get all healthy? Why are you trying to go to the gym? You checking out men out there? Okay, look, you don't want me to be big, but then you don't want me to go lose the weight. What the heck is wrong with you? Am I talking to two people? Because you straight is crazy. That don't make no kind of sense. Okay? It don't make no kind of sense. Please tell me why. You don't want me to lose the weight, but you don't want me to be big. What am I supposed to be? I can't be in the middle. So that's another sign. And then the last sign I'm going to talk about is sabotage. And this one's classic. Sabotage, because I know from my experience, I had gotten a state job, been a mother, stay-at-home mother for 7 years. And then the state job, the state people, you know, did a panel, did an interview, 2 people interviewing me, you know, tag team. But when I got the job, I said, wow, I have a state job. Awesome. Hello, from 7 years stay-at-home mom to a state job. Yes. And I'm not ever going to get fired. Okay, I'll fire myself, but I'm never going to do that. But because of him and his actions, every blessed day, guess what I did, y'all? I went to the courthouse and got my domestic violence restraining order. And then I had to make a call. Do you know the cops were coming to that office every single time I had to call because he was violating the restraining order? Sabotaging my career. How does anybody think that my bosses were looking like this? Like, why do these cops keep coming here? And then my supervisor said, Teniecka, just use my office. Every 5 seconds, go call the cops because he's calling you again. Calling my job, knowing full and well that the judge said do not call, but still calling anyway, trying to get me fired. 2 cops come, he don't call no more. 2 cops more come, he don't call no more. 2 cops more come. I think I had about 3 or 4 cops coming in. They said, Teniecka, what's wrong? All the colleagues, you know that's gossip time. What's wrong? Teniecka in trouble? She's stealing money. You know how they steal. What's she doing? Why the cops here? Why the cops here? But nobody didn't know because I didn't tell anyone. So trying to sabotage. It got so bad that the state had to move me now. I'm not the problem, but they had to physically move me to exactly gossip. They had to move me to another location just so they could protect me and keep me safe. So I had to give up my area where I knew all of my colleagues and go to a new location, which ended up making me so unhappy. I was like, I don't even know those. I don't work with those people. We don't know each other. I don't know them. But they said it's for your safety. So he's trying to ruin my job. Unbeknownst to him, he doesn't know what's going on because I wasn't telling him about the restraining order. But they were moving me and he was the problem. So sabotage. sabotage. So you have jealousy, sabotage, control, anger, blaming, isolation, criticism. And criticism also comes with name calling, y'all, in case I didn't say that. It will call you every name in the book, but the name that the Lord gave you or your parents blessed you with, every name under the sun. Trust me, I've heard them all. And everything I haven't heard, he probably done said it. But every blessed name. And then say, I'm so sorry. I love you. I love you. We can make this work. No, we can't. And I'm going to leave with this because I'm going to watch my time. But I want to give you guys some time to do questions if you want to ask anything. Whenever something like this is happening in your life and you do not know what to do, because I didn't. I was trying to be the strong woman and just do it by myself. Please do not do that. Please, please, please. I pray you don't do this alone. Don't do it alone. Yes, some major insecurity issues and more. Yes, trusting and so much more. Don't do this alone. Reach out for help. The only way domestic violence keeps going on with all of the issues it has is because we keep silent. When you're silent, it doesn't exist. People can move on from it and it's not heard. But pick up that phone. As much as it hurts you, pick up that phone, call the police, let them come out, let them do a report so you have paper trail, okay? And it's not going to be so easy. You know, if his mother was abused. Yes, actually she was. And he was, as a little child too, Dr. K. He had there's a lot of stuff that I found out about him. So yes, you said, I figure, yeah, there's something wrong up there. So just don't do this alone because your life is so valuable. Okay. Your life is so valuable. Even if you don't believe in our Lord Jesus Christ, and I pray that you would come to know him. But even if you don't believe that, there is a purpose for you on this earth, and for someone to take their hands and physically remove it from their body to put it on you or put you in compromising situations or allow you to do something that compromises your own personal integrity is something that sometimes you can't come back from. I know I've gone through some hellish things in the marriage that I am still currently a part of. And just looking back on it, I could cry just thinking, Lord, how did I subject myself to some of the things? Because some women won't speak on it because it's horrific things you have to go through. And never knowing that your husband, who you love and you said I do to, thinking he's the right one and he's, raping you, okay? Saying, well, you're married to me. So then he sees you as property. Come on. That's not what God intended. And I know I'm not trying to preach this. I'm not trying to preach. I'm not trying to come in here and give you all a sermon. But for any of you that are going a faith-based, that is not what God intended. For you to live in fear and be hurt and be sexually taken advantage of and just all kinds of horrific, traumatic things. Domestic violence plays with your head so much that you start to think you're the problem. And in fact, it's the other person that's pushing their issues on you. You have no choice but to deal with it. But I want to let you know right now, if you need help, you go out and you find that help. You call, you search. Google's got all types of information. You go search. Yes, projecting their issues onto you, saying you're doing this and all that. Don't fight it. Don't do it alone. You cannot leave alone. Okay? It takes a lot of courage to leave. It's not easy. So when I'm telling everyone you're going to leave, it's not an easy thing to leave. Trust and believe. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. It takes courage to leave. Okay? It takes a lot of courage, a lot of chutzpah, a lot of, I'm getting out of this right now. It takes a lot to leave because some people you lose everything. Thank you. So just know that you are worth it. You are worth it. You are valued. Respect yourself enough to leave, no matter what you're leaving. I know some, maybe in socialite circles, you might lose all of your glorious benefits and all that, or you don't have any money right now. Figure out a way, but go. Don't stay there until you're in the grave. Nobody can help you when you're in the grave. Once you're done, that's it. And that's it. Nobody can't talk to you. Nobody can't stop you. Nobody can't help you. Okay, so that is my plea, and that's my hope, to make it aware to you, everyone, that the myths out there are wrong. Men don't just come and all of a sudden start beating on you every single day. That is not true. And they don't come exactly. It will kill you. It's a detriment to your health. Domestic violence is a detriment to your health, okay? So please, 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 whatever's going on, if you don't know where to get help, I trust and believe that every community has somewhere or some organization that you can tap into. All you need to do is go out there and do that, okay? So I'm gonna open it up for like questions for like 3 minutes, and then I will be wrapping this up. So any questions for anyone, and I will take your questions. I will leave that little space open because I got a little more time. Any questions from y'all? Any questions at all? Wow, that just rhymed. Okay. Any questions? Thanks for talking about, sis. I miss a lot, but we'll catch up. No worries, Andrea. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Dr. Princess Fumi Hancock. It's been a pleasure and an honor. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity. Thank you, Dr. K. I appreciate it. I thank all of you. How's this apply to teenagers? Okay, Dr. Hancock, applies to teenagers. Dating. So dating. Thank you, Tessa. So dating. The abuse can happen in dating. So we also have domestic violence for marriage and couples older, but we also have dating relationships where teenagers are being smacked around by the boyfriend and not wanting to say anything because they're in a different kind of circle. They're in the high schools or the junior highs, and this is happening. Hi, Ramona. So that also applies, that you need to speak up, especially for teenagers, because it can really be deadly. And it's very, very just as well. So if anybody has kids ages 13 and upwards to 18, that's a very, very hard time. Keep an eye on them, because if you've seen those Lifetime movies, those are real. The teenage boys, they are turning into young men. The young men are watching what their fathers or different things have happened, okay? Oh, see, Tessa? And I knew about that too. So you just have to be diligent with your children. Have to be proactive, knowing who's their friends, knowing who the boyfriend is, knowing the parents, knowing. It's all about the knowledge. Knowledge gives us power. The more you know, the more you can help. If you don't know who your daughter's dating or who your son is dating and she's abusive or he's abusive and you know nothing, your child may one day end up in a body bag, but you had no idea. Okay? So I have 2 minutes left on the clock, I see. So any more questions? And I'm going to wrap it up because Miss Kasika is on tonight at 8. So I'm going to see if I can get a hold of her. In what way can the woman be abusive? Women can be abusive too. They can hit. They can call names and be derogatory to the men just the same way as a man. Sometimes women can be more so because there are men that come from the backgrounds where they will never hit a woman, no matter what she's doing, so she can get away with it, you see. She could get away with it. You know, us women, we little tricksters too, but she could get away with it, right? And a man, is a man going to go say, I'm being hurt by my wife? What? Get out of here. You're being hit by who? You's a man. Go handle your wife. Why are you letting her hit you? You understand? Okay? Yes, Dr. K, it goes both ways. And women's mouth, right? They can be so sharp and so venomous, so nasty. So come on. It works both ways. It flies both ways. Exactly. Hurt people will hurt people, and then they will kill you. That's unfortunate. You know, that's bad. So I thank you all for being here today. It was great. Well, see, Dr. E, that's a cycle thing. But I know you're out of that now. And things like that, they just happen. They do. Man, like, oh, Sophie with a fist. Yeah. Yep. And it happens. Harpo, right. Right. Yes. So some of these movies that have all these kind of different things, it's crazy. Set those ground rules up front. Don't you? Exactly, because play fight can turn into rough housing and then say, well, you know you like it rough. Then what are you going to do? How are you going to stop it then, right? So my time is winding up, everyone. So I'm going to say goodbye to everyone. I thank you so much. Please invite your followers, share, and I hope I will see you back on the next show for It Takes Courage to Leave. Thank you all for your questions, and give me grace while I try to get out of here, okay, y'all? Bye, everyone. Love y'all.